Hi everyone, welcome to Life Tips by Ning. In today's video, I'm sharing how to analyze the Bazi chart if your daily master is a yang water, called Ren in Chinese, looking like this, born in the summer season. Because the dominant element for summer is fire, and if your focal point is water, what's the relationship between water and fire? Because water suppresses fire. So this strong fire energy represents the merchant spirit, which means kind of think about your wealth, somebody who's a very practical, realistic go-getter. How does that whole thing translate into a summer-born young water's personality? It depends. If this merchant fire energy is not a disease, meaning your daily master is fairly balanced, not super weak. So this merchant fire energy that sucks away and reduce your own energy is not a threat or a risk in your Bazi chart, then you're more likely to see the positive side of this merchant spirit, which means you're practical. You actually don't get stuck in a thinking and planning mode. Those people tend to immediately take action, very action oriented, and realistically put in the work and get it done. However, on the other side, if your daily master is fairly weak, meaning your whole Bazi chart have more enemies than friends supporting yourself, in that case, this fire energy is being viewed as a disease, is too much of it. I'm already pretty weak. I don't need another element to reduce my own energy. Then in that scenario, you're more likely to see the relatively negative or downside of this merchant spirit, meaning that that person might actually be so driven by material gains and material goals to the point that it doesn't care if it sacrifices like honors, rules, right versus wrong. So this person might actually end up taking shortcuts or maybe kind of damage other people's interest to benefit themselves. So that could be a downside if certain element is super lopsided in a Bazi chart. But coming back to analyzing this summer-born young water Bazi, the question is, what element is the ideal player to be showing up in the remaining 6 spots in the Bazi to make it a relatively good and balanced Bazi chart? So beginning with May, June, and July, right? This is all the summer months. If you look at the dominant element for those 3 summer birth months, it's mostly fire and earth. Even this earth is a dry earth type. It has a lot of wood and fire type of elements in it, making it very dry and hot. So because of this base flavor, we really want this main focal point or daily master to have enough supporters in the Bazi. And who are its supporters? It's either metal that grows and supports water, right? That's the source of water. Or it's another water friend, like same as me, to keep myself strong. If you have those 2 elements showing up in the remaining 6 positions and in a fairly strong condition, that will make your Bazi chart a fairly good one. The only reason July might even need an additional of adding a little dash of yang wood is because the main energy is an earth element. And yang water is this rushing big body of water with movements. Even though in a situation is so strong, it needs some restriction, the element you need is yang earth, because yang earth is the best supporter to control and regulate this river with flooding danger. Yin earth is not a preferred natural friend for yang water because not only it doesn't restrain it and prevent the flooding risk, it actually might make the water muddy if you introduce a lot of it in there, and that's not going to be super useful to regulate the water's path. So because of that, you you need to introduce this medicine yang wood because wood suppresses earth. It will get rid of this potential disease and make your bazi flow better, and kind of have a medicine paired with a potential risk. So that's why for July, in addition to water and metal, you want to see wood showing up in your chart. So that's kind of the gist of how to analyze bazi. But before I let you guys go, there's a one minor call out to fine tune, like, will water be first or metal be first? Since both are supporters, are they both equally important, or there's like a primary and secondary relationship? So that's what makes this fine tuning level of deeper level learning is fascinating. My answer to that question is it depends on the dominant season, because the prior season of spring, because the dominant chi for spring is wood, in that case, you actually, between those two friends, you want more metal, because metal not only supports your daily master water, but it also plays this role of metal suppresses and cut wood. You can address this potential risk of too much wood issue. So it depends on what the problem is, and then you kind of select who plays a primary role. But now we're talking about summer, because the primary risk is too much fire, right? And we know the relationship fire suppresses metal. So that's why for summer-born young water people, it's actually water being the primary, the most helpful, and then metal becomes a kind of a supporting role. Because if you only rely on metal 100%, is more likely to be melted by all of those strong fire for your birth month, and makes this useful player very weak. And then it's like, great, it showed up, but it's super useless. So that can kind of reduce the quality of your bazi chart. However, if you mostly rely on water for summer, it's same as myself. I'm in a stronger position because water suppresses fire. It's just more effective to cope with this too much fire risk. So that's kind of how you fine tune the two. But regardless, if you see both of them showing up, it's a very good sign. Your bazi is a fairly good one to begin with. But next episode, I'll share a few case studies to further illustrate today's point. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.